A year ago, as the auto industry first staggered from a coronavirus hit, optimists expected a quick rally and normal service to be resumed by Christmas. Unfortunately, a combination of other factors conspired to derail this comfortable scenario led by the semiconductor crisis, and a shortage of chips is going to be across the industry will have to bear perhaps until 2023. Before you shed a tear for carmakers, also bear in mind pent-up demand for sedans, hatchbacks and SUVs, and stuttering supply is allowing carmakers to charge high prices and make big profits on what they actually can sell. As demand for new cars and SUVs recovered from the lengthy shutdown, it turned out other industries like gaming had been thriving during the enforced lockdown, which confined people to their homes and stopped car use and car buying. Semiconductor makers were happy to switch production to these new domestic customers, but when auto demand turned around, chip supply couldn't suddenly be switched back on. And with many new cars using more and more high-tech components, this required bigger and more sophisticated electronics, and you have a perfect storm of supply aggravation for the industry. The industry was also rocked by Texas storms in February, a fire at the Renesas Electronics plant in Japan in April, and lack of water supply in Taiwan to feed its important semiconductor capacity. German components giant Robert Bosch is on the pessimistic end of forecasts, saying crucial semiconductors will be in short supply until 2022, although it didn't say which end of next year it was talking about. Volkswagen didn't venture too far into the future with its forecast, saying last month the shortage would intensify and hit profits in the second quarter just ended. Industry forecaster LMC Automotive said it expects semiconductor shortages to disrupt through the second half of 2021, but it can't rule out reverberations lasting through 2022. Suggestions of inter-industry panic buying of materials and continued strong demand for chips serve to highlight the risk that shortages and disruption could continue through to the end of this year. Risk is therefore firmly on the downside for the second half of 2021, although this bolsters the 2022 production outlook as potential inventory replenishment is pushed into next year and even 2023, LMC Automotive said in a report. LMC Automotive data shows a total of 1.73 million vehicles lost from global production in the second quarter, up from 1.2 million in the first 3 months. About 940,000 will be restored in the second half of the year for a total of about 2 million vehicles lost for all of 2021. Now industry news is dominated by automotive manufacturers shutting down some factories around the world for a few weeks because of a chip shortage. Late last month, Volkswagen said it halted output at a plant in Mexico. A report from Germany said VW's Audi will soon put 10,000 workers on part-time working.